I get braids all the time. You can't tell me I'm acting black because I braid my hair. Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. One race does something more than another race. Honestly, Asians started tattoos. Every single race has tattoos. How come they don't tell me I'm culturally appropriating, however you want to say it, because I have a tattoo?
After being involved with politics for quite a while now, I've begun to see quite a trend arise in many of the intellectual spaces I've encountered. It's become apparent to me and many other minorities that whenever POC struggle is brought up in intellectual debates and spaces, they are quickly dismissed as too foolish or unnecessary to even discuss. Even within everyday discussion, when topics like racism and xenophobia come up, minority strife quickly becomes the butt of the joke in the conversation. What is even worse is that when these jokes are made, we are expected to laugh them off as though they were harmless. I believe that this has to do with the fact that people who deem themselves as intellectuals do not truly understand race and its impact on society. Especially within leftist and anti-capitalist communities, many tend to feel as though they are exempt from any sort of wrongdoing when it comes to social justice and activism. Additionally, I believe this notion also arises from the intrinsic contempt for POCs that is continuously taught and enforced within society. I intend to fight this perpetual neglect of minority struggle that we find all throughout our society and institutions. In today's video, I'll speak specifically about cultural appropriation in the Black community. I believe that what is signified today as cultural appropriation and its harm have been perceived and understood incorrectly by the media, so I'm going to try to reanalyze and re-explain the term, taking it from a different perspective to exhibit cultural appropriation's effects on the perception of Black people.
Your love is rated X. That means you're extraordinary.
So to start off, cultural appropriation is defined as the adoption of an element or elements of one culture or identity by members of another culture or identity. But the question that is asked by many is, why is this really harmful? It seems at first glance that these sacred aspects of culture are simply material things that have no major significance in the grand scheme of things. Well, the answer lies within the word adoption. The word adoption implies a claiming, with or without intention, of the subject at hand. There is a significant issue when a racial or ethnic group, specifically white people, adopt aspects of culture that derive from the Black community and brand them as their own or misrepresent them. They take an aspect that portrays Black greatness away from us, adopting it as their own, which continues to increase their own dominance and further suppresses any prominence that Black people may hold within society. At the same time, take into account the fact that when Black people first introduced these styles and cultural aspects, they were shamed by society. When wearing originally Black styles like long nails, locks, braids, wigs, etc., Black people were constantly berated and attacked for it, and still are today. We become improper and unprofessional for these styles and features that so heavily influence the fashion world today. The problem is not other races, specifically white people, taking part in the culture, but them crediting themselves or being credited for it. Most times, Black people are initially demonized for the culture, deemed childish, ratchet, ghetto, etc. However, white people are praised when they take part in the culture and continuously idolized by the media for the new trend they started, apparently. This claiming is detrimental to the Black image. It highlights white people's success and furthers their dominance in opposition to Black people, and it strips us of any individuality, greatness, or prominence, while glorifying our white counterparts who already hold societal influence compared to Black people. As this cycle continues, it is repeatedly reinforced that white people are trendy and white people are stylish and white people are the creators, while simultaneously demeaning Black people for being unaccomplished, inadequate, and inferior. In the end, this implicitly deems Blackness as antithetical to beauty and fashion, when Blackness has been and is what created these fashion styles and beauties to begin with in society. Black people are constantly humiliated for our customs and practices. This idea that whiteness is a prerequisite for beauty is constantly upheld and ingrained within society's function and modes of profit production. What the media idolizes and attributes to success pertains to whiteness, and what is demonized and denoted as undesirable pertains to blackness. But when a white public figure decides that a specific aspect of blackness seems cute, they adopt it. They turn it into a trend that is now associated forever with whiteness. This suppresses the idea that black is beautiful because society is never presented with anything associated with black being anything close to beautiful, and any aspect of culture that becomes idolized, deriving from blackness, always becomes associated with whiteness. Furthermore, even when the media attempts to idolize blackness in some shape or form, more often than not, the blackness that is being displayed must be white enough to be considered somewhat beautiful. Most times when black people are displayed in a good light by the media, they retain many Eurocentric features that allow them to still fit in the parameters that can in some way uphold whiteness. Now, this is not to say that black people with stereotypically white features are any less black. It just goes to show how society perpetuates white supremacist notions in every way possible. Hey guys, I'm in the car, so I just want to express again that I do not believe in any way that quote-unquote stereotypically white features or lighter skin makes you any less black. I just want to convey that the media is colorist. So yeah. I want to express again that I don't believe that it is wrong for people of different races and cultures to take part in aspects of culture that originate in the black community. As long as credit is clearly given, I think it's actually beneficial for people to uphold aspects of culture by wearing and appreciating them. This is actually a way to reverse the effects of the shaming and humiliation of black customs in society. When customs recognized as originating from black cultures are honored and uplifted by society, the black image is esteemed and takes on a new respect. This held perception that blackness is not beauty could possibly be slowly dismantled if aspects of blackness are recognized as black and respected as such. Hey guys, so I realized I didn't make an outro. I'm in the car again, but anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching the whole thing. Make sure to comment any suggestions for videos. I would be happy to do them because I do not have many ideas. So yeah.